Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. The Clippers lost 122-91 last night to the Nuggets. LA also 5 of 37 from 3. Ouch. And at one point, the Nuggets did lead by as many as 43 points. What? A great night for the Clippers. Shannon, are you ready to write them off?
No. Whoa.
Are you?
Hold on. No. Hold on. Now, the question that was asked on Wednesday after the Celtics were blown off, on a scale of 1 to 10, how embarrassing of a loss is this for the
Okay,
Celtics?
answer that question.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, this is a 35. That's what you told me. This should be beneath them.
Well, they're supposed to be a great defensive team. They used to be.
What about Kawhi?
Huh?
Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Are they on this team?
Yep.
And they got beat by how many? Hold up. My math carried the 1, add the 2, 29 points.
Well, they're down 43.
Embarrassing. You should be embarrassed by this, Skip. You should be. Your team, you still feeling confident? If your team could get healthy, hold on. Let me see what Kawhi was. 2 of 7. Well, PG, 1 of 9. So that's 3 of 16. My math served me correct.
Yep.
They were 1 of 7 from the 3. Huh?
You confident enough to write them off?
I don't need to write up. Skip it early in the
Are
season.
they pretenders?
Hold on. Are the Celtics pretenders? No.
No.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
defensive pretenders, I believe.
Don't do that. Oh, no. You were down by 43 and you talking about somebody pretending to play defense?
We were 1 for our first 18 from 3. How will that, what will happen? You're going to be down by 43. Okay? We were 2 for our first 21. We ended up 5 for 37. You're going to lose by 43.
I'm so sorry. Yeah. I don't cry with y'all. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Yo, but let it have been the Lakers. You'd have been over there. You'd have been up there smiling your face. Now look at you.
I would.
Look at you now. Who over here in the catbird seat? We the beast. LA is a Laker nation. Laker town. You heard it.
Finished?
Yeah, that's us. We the beast.
Tell me when you're finished.
Go ahead, take off.
Really? Catbird seat belongs to the Clippers right now. They are 21-19. They're actually in the playoffs as the 6th seed. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, back at the crypt, the team upstairs at the crypt is 17-21. 17-21, that's the 12th seed in the West.
What, we about to flip
12
it?
seed.
We about to flip it.
Well, maybe you should just keep LeBron and AD on the sideline because you looked a lot better without them.
Wow. Maybe you should keep Kawhi Leonard on the sideline because you look a lot better without him.
He should have been on the sideline because he was ill coming into this game. I was surprised he even
ill?
played
What's wrong
in this
with
game.
it? How you get sick and you don't play? You're not in any elements. You're not on play. You just sitting at home.
Okay.
You're not practicing.
Paul George, minutes restriction with a pulled hamstring. I was surprised he even tried to play, but they did because it was Denver and it was TNT and it was the second game on TNT.
What I got to do with anything?
Okay. And then I get to watch Reggie Jackson, who has wisdom to me. I love to listen to him.
What did he say?
He's doing the stand-up, on-court interview after the first quarter, maybe. And he's talking about the altitude in Denver. Well, you know it as well as anybody knows it. And I think it's somewhat a fabrication of your psyche. I think sometimes it grows like a demon in the back of your head when it's not all that bad there. And yet you guys practiced in it, you played in it, and I don't think you ever one time thought about the altitude in Denver. Did you ever? No. Did you ever heave? Did you ever get to the point where I can't breathe?
Well, I always went back. I didn't really train off season in Denver. I trained, but I would always go back a week early and then get used to it and run, and hit a couple of days of heavy running to get acclimated to it. But to just come in there, oh yeah, you're gonna notice a difference now.
Okay, but the point is, you can't talk about it and acknowledge it because these guys have played in Denver 100 times.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Ooh.
Reggie Jackson said, it's bothering me. I think he had a nose strip on, trying to keep his
But
nose
he
open.
plays with that.
Okay, does he? Maybe
Yeah, I think he does.
He plays with his goggles. But
yeah.
Okay, so the point is, I don't even know why Kawhi and Paul George played, but at least they played such low minutes. They're back-to-back at Minnesota tonight, and they held back John Wall and Nicky Batum to play at Minnesota, so they were a little bit shorthanded.
There was no shorthanded.
Yes,
Stop
they were. And again, if Denver's going to shoot like that, you just say, you tip your cap and say, congratulations, we'll see you in the playoffs.
Let me tell you how I'm able to shoot like that. When you don't play defense, that's how you shoot like that.
Yeah.
You keep telling me, Paul George and Kawhi, they the greatest wing defenders since Pip and Jordan. I can't tell.
One sick, one hurt.
Sick, well, they should be sick of being hurt.
Okay. Here's my point. And I tweeted about this, so I'm going to stand by my tweet. So I'm first guessing, and now I'm validating my first guess. What it is. I believe the Clippers will go farther in the playoffs than the Denver Nuggets will go. I will bet you on that. If you want to do 5 cases on it, I'll do it right now because I still say this team is loaded.
I bet y'all don't want to see the Denver Nuggets after what they did to y'all last time.
Maybe we do.
I know y'all don't. Y'all don't want none of that smoke.
At least this isn't in the bubble.
What on Yoke? Hold on. Look, Yoke can't play but like 25 minutes.
Well, he wasn't needed.
Nah.
Okay.
Ain't nobody really played no minutes.
Yeah.
They fresh. They should have played. They should have, you know what? They should have had a scrimmage against themselves after what they did to y'all. Okay, they didn't get no workout in.
And what I said in my tweet was, better coach. I will take Ty Lue over Mike Malone any day, any night, any regular, any playoff.
I'll take Mike Malone's roster over T. Lue roster any day, any time of the night.
This roster is loaded.
It's loaded with what? Guys that can't stay healthy, guys that play part-time.
This was one game.
Government check Kawhi.
Yeah, right.
We don't play but twice a month, Skip.
Luke Kennard's one of the best three-point shooters in basketball, and he went 0 for 5. Reggie Jackson can get crazy hot, clutch hot, and he went 0 for 5, okay? Well, what do you think's going to happen? One night in Denver.
That's my thing is that you see what you just did for the Clippers? Yeah. Now, when the Lakers have a shooting night like that, they ain't got no shooters. They can't shoot.
These guys can shoot.
I can't tell.
I think they came in 3rd in the league in three-point shooting before this game, and then they go one of their first 18. What do you think's going to happen?
You're going to have what happened? That's what's going to happen.
In 2 weeks, you want to be able to remember this game.
That's what I said. Do you remember that the Boston Celtics game at 150 after that demolition job they did on the Mavericks?
It was the Oklahoma City Thunder without their best player. How can you do that?
Well, y'all had y'all 2 best players.
Okay.
And what happened?
Well, they had all their best players, and they're really good.
And then when he really played that hard last night.
Really? That's not what I saw.
No, they weren't playing that hard. Yoke ain't played but like 24 minutes. He said, I don't even feel like playing no more, Coach.
Yeah. You know, if they start out 9 of 18 from 3, we're having a whole different conversation. But they were 1 for their first 18.
Man, they put 60. The score was 66-32 at the half. And then they dropped another 36 piece on you. Huh? And y'all made it respectable by scoring 32 in the 4th. Just imagine if you.
Don't let Kawhi Leonard and Paul George get completely healthy at the right place at the right time in April, May, and June. Don't let them.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What's the likelihood? Given the history of these 2 players over the last 5 years, what is the likelihood of both of those guys being healthy at the exact same time in the exact same season? What's the likelihood? What are the odds?
In 2023, 90%. This is their year. Kawhi has paced himself, coming off complete ACL reconstruction. It didn't come out the best, and now he's slowly but surely ramping. He's ramping.
I'm saying you got one thing right.
Yeah.
That first part you said slowly.
Yeah.
He moving slowly. Did you see him move last night?
By the way, if he qualified for defensive win shares, he'd be #1 over Joel Embiid, but he hasn't played enough games.
Hey, you need to change your shoes. Them shoes heavy. The orthopedics, they heavy.
Really?
Yeah, the sole. They made for standing a long period of time. That's why you see security guards and orderlies and nurses. Really? They wear those kinds of shoes.
Is LeBron wearing them?
No, don't do that.
I don't know.
Hold on. My guy's shooting 51%, scoring 29 a game, giving you 8, giving you 7. That's what my guy doing.
Your guy of the 154 ranked three-point shooters, he ranks 152 out of 154 in three-point shooting. He's at the bottom of the barrel.
If you don't mind me asking, can I ask you one more question?
What?
Who's the leading vote getter in the All-Star?
He was. And he should have been. He's the face of the league. He's the most popular player in the league. I got no problem with it.
I want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly. I'm just going to make sure for my clarification.
Yes,
he's the most popular player. He's the face of the NBA. But Kawhi is the face of LA.
Yeah.
That make it make sense for me. Now, I need you to make it make sense. I need you to explain it to him like my grandfather said.
I do have some problem with how can the leading vote getter be a member of a team that's 17-21? How can that be? How can the leading vote getter be the 3rd to the worst three-point shooter in all of basketball? King of LA?
Yeah, you know what it is.